How's it going, guys? Today I want to walk you through the really cool model, if I say so myself, that I'm using to get to 30K plus per month in 2025 while working less than 4 hours in a day. And if you're watching this, if you're an online coach, consultant, or if you just want to teach people to do the things that you already know how to do, and if you want to build a community, this is going to be perfect for you. But before we dive into the good stuff, before I give you the model, I want to tell you a bit about my journey and how I got here because I think this is essential in this story. So in 2023, I started 3 businesses all at once. Wasn't a smart decision. Trust me, it was chaotic. It was awful. So I was running a creative agency, which completely failed. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, I had this huge success with it. That failed. I started 2 e-com stores. The first one failed. The second one, I scaled to 6 figures. And then I started a SaaS business, which was basically selling online guitar courses. So I started all of this, right? And then by the end of 2023, I realized that I was so overwhelmed, so in over my heads that I essentially became this slave to the businesses. I didn't have any life whatsoever. And I made the decision to completely stop, take everything I learned, and create my personal brand. And I had this, some of you might know this already, I had this mental breakdown in a hotel room in Dubai. I was at this business event. And I know it sounds fancy, but at the time I was completely in debt, like all over it was crazy. And I had this mental breakdown and I told myself, like, now it's time to finally build something of my own, like my personal brand. It's finally time to have my own platform, my own voice, right? So that decision, that mental breakdown that night changed everything for me. It changed my life. And then I went back home and I started an Instagram account for 3 or 4 months. I posted every single day, like 2 reels. Nothing was working, right? It was absolutely it was bad. I had 100 followers. I remember I had this dinner or lunch with my parents on Christmas in 2023 at the end. And I was telling them, I remember I had my first video with 14 comments. And I was telling them, guys, this is going to be amazing. This is going to work. And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever, right? And long story short, after those 4 months, I had this moment I wanted to quit. I didn't. And 7 days after, one video took off. And then from there, the rest is history. I went from 200 followers to almost 200,000 in a couple of months. Started my coaching business, and I don't know, things took off in a couple of months in 2024, and everything, my entire life changed. And I'm still adjusting to everything right now. But really, how I got here was in 2024, even though I had a bit more clarity in terms of who I want to be and what I want my personal brand to be, I didn't have a unique mechanism. I wasn't clear on exactly who my ideal client was. I didn't have a system built, and I was essentially with this savior syndrome. I was trying to save everyone. And you guys know, if you want to help everyone, you're really gonna end up helping no one. And so I had this chaos. And essentially what I was doing, I was being the same chaotic business owner, but with my personal brand. And this is when I, in 2024, I made so many mistakes. Again, not having a unique mechanism, having multiple offers. I was selling low ticket. I was struggling. I was attracting clients who were really not ideal. They were bad to work with. They weren't involved. And so essentially I got to this breaking point and I was like, enough is enough. And this is when I came up with the concepts of the Unlock Creator. And this brings me to this. So this is I want to just show you my thesis before we dive into the model. The chaotic business owners, which literally used to be me, versus the Unlock Creators. So a chaotic business owner, let me just write here, is typically I was a slave to the businesses instead of controlling the business, instead of building a business based on their dream life. They got no time to live their life. So guys, in 2024, even though the personal brand was going amazing, I was in the same spot as I was in 2023. I didn't have time to live my life. They're doing chaotic offers, low ticket, high ticket, PDFs, courses, one-to-one sessions, a link tree in their bio with like 50 products. We all know the story. They try to save everyone. Again, guilty of that. They make compromises daily with like endless sales calls. So guys, in 2024, you don't want to know how many sales calls I was having back to back, because I was using the classic model of posting a couple of reels here and there, posting like a VSL. People would hop on a call with me, and guess what? They weren't qualified, right? And they didn't have that trust with me because I was only like posting a couple of reels, and I was just doing that back to back and getting back to back no's. And essentially, a chaotic business owner is stressed and in full survival mode. And again, I'll raise my hand. I was guilty of that in 2024 as well. I was acting out of scarcity, almost trying to beg and convince people to work with me, and all of that changed. Now, this is the path of the Unlock creators and what we're doing. So it's all about building your business based on your dream life. So dream life and dream business. We don't want to be a slave to the business, because there is more to life than that. We want to put life and freedom first, not the business, not like the business model. We want to put life and experiences and, human experience first, freedom. We want to do, and we're working with a clear hero offer. This is how I like to call it. It's one offer, and I'm going to show you guys how it works. That is super clear. It's high ticket, and it's not like spread out like random courses, random PDFs, like all of this stuff. We're working with soulmate clients, right? So we're not working with random people. We're working with those ideal clients that are truly aligned with our values. We're making no compromises. So we're not changing the business model just because like we want to, appeal to some people. No, we have our values and we stand by them. We're selling through the DMs. And I'm sure right now you're looking at this and saying like, how can you sell a high ticket offer through the DMs? I'm going to show you, and this is what my entire model is all about. And we're peaceful and grateful. And I'm slowly like, I'm going to sit here, like I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm this perfect guru, but I feel like right now, as opposed to last year when I was stressed and in survival mode, especially like this time in March, right now I'm way more peaceful and way more grateful, not only for the stuff that I'm building, but also for the people that I get to work with and for the changes that I get to bring. And so this is the state that you want to be in. This model that I'm going to show you is not for complete beginners. So ideally, if you're someone that is already making 1 to 2K per month, this is going to be perfect for you. If you're a complete beginner, this model is going to be slightly more advanced. So what I would recommend, if you're not there yet, go binge watch my content on YouTube. Go join our free school academy. That's going to give you everything that you need to get to that point so that we can work together. So let me show you the model. This is called the Unlocked Creator OS. So we're doing this super simple, 3 phases. So it's about offer genesis, leads engine, and clients ascension. Because I believe having a solid offer, having an engine that brings in 24/7 like qualified leads, and having a system to easily, effortlessly ascend people from strangers to clients, this is like what you need. This is the core of every successful coaching business. So let me break it down for you. So we got offer genesis here. This is the foundation of it all. This is how it all starts. We're getting clear on who you are as a person, as a coach, what you can offer, who your soulmate client is. Then we're building your unique brand's architecture. This is how I like to call it. Basically, how your brand feels, looks, the messaging, your unique mechanism, your unique way of doing things, so that we can separate you from the competition. And then essentially what we're doing is building your high ticket hero offer. So this is one offer, no chaos, no multiple weird low offer things, one offer. And essentially how we do that, we define the point A and the point B for your soulmate clients. So we get super clear on the current situation of your soulmate clients and then the dream outcome of that soulmate client. And the bridge between that, will bridge that gap, is the hero offer. And so we define their problem, we define the promise, we define the process. Super clear, that's how it all starts. And then what we're doing is building the leads engine. This is essentially the entire mechanism that brings in qualified leads. Because the biggest issue of online coaches, of consultants is, not having a steady flow of qualified leads for their business. So this is how we do it. 3 simple parts in this. We're focusing on Instagram with short form content, YouTube for building a lot of trust with long form content, and then a free school community for nurturing people even more and introducing them to your unique way of doing things. And essentially what we're doing, taking people from the cold state to warm with YouTube and hot and ready to invest with school. So this is the most effective way I found to essentially get people from strangers to being high ticket clients. And to explain all of this, we're using the Client Ascension ladder system that we have in here. So this is, again, super simple and super visual. The big issue with making content for Instagram and relying on a sale call and like trying to sell high ticket is that people don't have the trust, right? So you essentially try to make them make a big leap from just a couple of reels to your one-to-one mentorship, and that's not the way. And so essentially the problem we're fixing with this is we're providing like a very clear step-by-step roadmap to bring people from Instagram to YouTube to a free school community, a group coaching paid community, and then last but not least, the ultimate tier, which is the one-to-one mentorship. And this is super simple. So if you're looking for something, not complex, not weird, this is the most simple way you can do it, because you have your hero offer, one offer with multiple levels of access to you. And as people go up the ladder, obviously, if they want the group coaching, the one-to-one mentorship, then those are the tiers, and the more they're going to pay as they go up the ladder. Because honestly, like, your clients only want access to you. They don't want another course. They don't want another PDF. I know it sounds weird, but it's the way it is. They don't want to be overwhelmed, and they want a clear path to success. So what we're doing, we're providing them with 2 adventures. And the only difference is the amount of access to you that they get. So we have this little guy in here. We have the self-paced adventure that ends with like group coaching. So for people that just want to do stuff in their own way, in their own rhythm, they can go to the self-paced adventure. And then we have the fast-paced, which is essentially the group coaching plus access to you one-on-one, so they can move faster. So this solves all of this like craziness with like, how am I going to deliver things? How am I going to structure my offer? We just split it into 2 tiers of access, the group coaching and the one-to-one access to you, the coach. What this entire model is doing, the transformation that is bringing, it's giving you the clarity to know exactly what to focus on. It's giving you the system to bring in qualified leads, and essentially like all of the different tools that you need to plug in the gaps in your current system, in your current business, to sign those soulmate clients and work with people that really believe in what you have to offer, in your set of values. Like, I cannot tell you how many people I've seen, and including myself, last year, I was attracting the wrong kind of clients because I didn't have a system in place. I didn't, my messaging was all over the place. I didn't have a clear offer. And so I'm really doing that to completely fix all of that. And this is what if I had this last year, I would have avoided at least 9 months of pain in which I was just banging my head against the wall, trying to figure it out. And during this process, I was wondering, why isn't this working the way I thought it would? And this fixes everything. And I'm going to show you, because you might wonder, is this working for my niche, right? Is this working for what I'm doing? We have Zahib in here in our inner circle, who is basically he's a genius. He's in the digital marketing space. He has his own agency, and he's helping Muslims build their halal digital agency. So this is basically it's super specific, right? And we're actually on track to bring him to 20,000 per month this year, which is just fantastic. And Zahib here, he's completely aligned. Guys, it's like, you cannot make this up. Zahib is completely aligned with my set of values. He's all about freedom. He wants to make the money so that he can spend more time with his family. So he wants to leverage the online coaching space, build his community attract clients, sign clients, and get more money to spend time with his family, travel, and essentially live life. And then we have Sammy in here. So Sammy is really amazing. She's in the Spanish market, and she essentially helps women build their profitable personal brands. And I just had an interview with her. You guys are going to see it on my YouTube channel. And Sammy just did a launch with her program and had 900 plus people, which is absolutely crazy, join her WhatsApp group and her entire launch. And it was a beautiful launch. And she used a lot of the systems that we have inside. So even in the Spanish market, even in a really niche thing, this model works. And again, Sammy is applying the same thing. So she's all about having an impact, helping people, but doing that in a way that fuels her dream life. And it's all about selling literally through conversations, through the DMs, not through like endless boring sales calls with unqualified people. So Sammy, if you're watching this, congrats. Like, it's been amazing to see your journey. So these are just a couple of the amazing Unlock creators that we have inside. But now I want to break down the entire model for you and really go in depth here. So this is how it works. So we're starting off with Instagram. So what I do, I use Instagram to bring in soulmate leads 24/7. Instagram is amazing for growing fast. I post content in here, mainly reels and carousels, tons of value, communicating directly to my soulmate clients. And then I bring them over to YouTube. And essentially with YouTube, I provide a lot of value. I build a lot of trust. And then I combine YouTube with Skool. And Skool is amazing because it essentially allows me to nurture people more and introduce them to my unique mechanism. So just to show you, this is what we got on Skool. So this is our free Skool academy. You guys can join it. And we have levels inside of Skool. We don't have courses. We're not trying to overwhelm people. We have levels. And just like in a video game, once you complete a level, you get access to the next one. Now, on our academy, in the free Skool, you can join and you can immediately hop into level 1. And this is basically the offer genesis, talking about all of this. And what this does, it introduces people into the ecosystem, right? And they get to see how everything works and they get to essentially start their journey. And if I go back here, basically from there, what we're doing is using a hero staple video. This is like a super simple VSL with just a simple DM CTA at the end that says, if you like more info, just DM me Unlocked on Instagram and I'll send everything over in a document. And then we're leveraging some ManyChat automations, and we're also doing email. This is slightly more advanced, but I'm just gonna walk you through it. So this is an automation that we have in the back that is essentially asking people like if they saw the staple video, the VSL, asking for their email, adding them to an email list, and then sending them an invitation document with the password. And that's basically it. And inside, like I said, in the back, we have the emails running. And then the final step is a simple document that presents everything that we have inside. With the passwords, it's an invitation. And what you're able to do with this is literally have conversations with people that just say, I'm in, let's do this. You send them the payment link, you send the documents, and that's how it works. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to go jump on a sale call for like 2 hours, trying to beg, trying to convince, because this entire model is all about pre-selling people on who you are as a coach, your values, and your unique mechanism. So Instagram, YouTube, and Skool, simple DM CTA with a VSL, ManyChat and email, and a simple doc. And that's what I'm using to scale this year. And the big problem that all of this solves is the lack of trust from people. So we're not trying to immediately rush with, hey, jump on a sale call from like a simple reel. No, we're building a lot of trust with YouTube, with Skool. And by the time you actually have that conversation with them, they are hot and ready to invest. So that's why I'm having a lot of conversations now, literally like just human, normal conversations. It's not even about selling. And people are like asking me a couple of questions. I'm like, okay, cool. I send an invitation document and they're like, okay, let's do this. And this business model allows me to work less than 4 hours in a day. So 20 hours per week on average. And I only have a team of 2 people. So it's just me here and Paul. Some of you might know him already by now. He's the guy handling the systems in the back ends. He's also talking to our clients in the inner circle. He's great. So my whole thing is like, I don't want to work 15 hours, like 16 hours like I used to and thinking that's cool, because it's not. I was just a slave to the business. And so if you're tired of like that burnout, tired of like working 12 hours in a day just to say you did something, this right here, this model will change everything for you. Now, mind you, it's gonna be a big shift. It was for me as well. But with all of this, with the system, because really what we're building a system. Again, last year I didn't have a system in place. And we're building this to make sure it runs 24/7 on autopilot so that you can actually live your life. So if you're watching this right now, if you're an online coach, consultant, and you want to learn more about the Unlock Creator model, if you vibe with what I've been saying, and if you like my style, I would like to invite you to DM me the word unlocked on Instagram, and I can send you more info about how you can join us and about how we do things inside the community. And I'm just gonna send you a document. No sales call. No, like, this isn't gonna be like a hard sell, like, hey, join us, like spam me, nothing too aggressive. You can take a look at the invitation. And if you really resonate with what I've been saying, if you really like the set of values that I presented to you, then I would love to have you in. Because essentially, guys, I'm really doing this because I know that pain of not having freedom. I know that pain of, again, being a slave to your business and not being able to live life. Like, for most of my life, I was thinking that if I work 14 hours a day, 15 hours, that is like giving me value. But what do you know? I ended up burnt out, fully depressed, super anxious, waking up in the middle of the night, like gasping for air, really stressed out. And I don't want you guys to go through that. And also, I don't want you guys to go through that like lonely chapter that I went through as well. Because in business, like, lone wolves don't survive harsh winters. That's what I've been saying. And really, with all of this, what it's about is being able to live your life, being able to spend more time with your family, get closer to God, being able to be a father, be a mother, a son, a daughter, being able to travel the world and actually do things that you love, because we only have one life. Like, there's more to life than being that slave to your business, being obsessed, being overwhelmed because of the lack of clarity, lack of a plan, lack of systems. And most importantly, all of this is about working on something that you love. Like, I know it sounds generic, but this is what everything is about. So again, if you resonate with all of this, DM me the word unlocked on Instagram. I'll send you a message with more information. I'll send you the documents, and we'll love to have you in. So hopefully see you there.